Every marriage has 3 rings. The engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the bicker ring. We're here to settle the fights that don't matter and have no winner. It's the 3 Rings Podcast with another new argument.
Well, hello and welcome to another episode of the 3 Rings Podcast. My name is Phil.
I'm Lauren.
And we are...
married.
We are indeed married.
We are.
Yeah. It's exciting. Married life is very nice.
I'm glad that you still feel that way.
I do.
I do too. I don't want it to sound like I don't.
Thank God.
But it's nice to hear you say that.
Yeah,
How's your week been?
My week has been fine. I mean, as we're, basically in the holidays and everything, it's really not that bad. We've started doing the personal training stuff a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
And
shout out to trainer Tab. She's awesome.
She is. Yeah. It's a good program. I don't like the macro counting food stuff. I don't like it.
It is a lot. Yeah.
I don't.
I think you will like it more when you start to see the results from it.
I see, but here's my thing. Like, I know that I eat garbage and that's just me in general, but I also wasn't working out at all. So just the working out part, that's progress for me.
Well, yeah, that's progress, but it's not going to be, you're going to give up on the working out part if you're not seeing results from it. And part of seeing results from it is eating well. It all plays in together. I think I said this to you the other day, but there's a phrase, abs are made in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Not in the gym. And it's because your nutrition has so much more to do with your ability to lose weight or ability to build muscle than it has that's the foundation for it, is good nutrition, and then the exercising is building on that.
Here's my take though.
Okay.
I am currently healthy. I'm not gaining a whole bunch of weight.
No, you're not unhealthy.
So just starting to exercise and do something during the week, I feel like if I'm at one point and I'm not moving, even though I'm eating trash and laying on the couch all the time, but then I change that I'm starting to work out, I'm still going to see progress, probably just not as fast.
The trash is one day going to catch up with you, which is the concern.
I know, but I have time. I have a 2-year window.
I don't think that works the way. I don't think that works the way that you think it does. It impacts your health now, and it impacts your health later. And then too, you also aren't a 20-year-old who's playing hockey 5 days a week anymore. You're not going to
I haven't played hockey in 5 years.
Yeah, so. But even so, just working out at your, I hate to say it, but at your age is not going to be enough to see any results. You have to do both. You have to eat well and you have to exercise. And it's not even you haven't had to give up that much.
No, but
you still ate Qdoba and Five Guys this week.
Yeah, but I probably wasn't supposed to.
You were supposed to eat one of the two, but still
that's kind of my point.
Honestly, if we could get you following the macros 5 out of 7 days a week at this point and working out 3 days a week, I will be happy.
See,
and I'm not I also want people to be, because I sound like such a bitch right now. I feel like I sound like I'm fat shaming you. Out of the two of us, the one that should be fat shamed is me. But also you're very you're great looking. You look great. I worry about your health.
I know.
I worry about your health long term.
Long term, I get. Right now, I'm all right.
Because the long term, starts with the behaviors that you develop now and that you engage in now. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. This is...
full of phrases today, aren't you?
Jesus Christ. I've got a phrase for you.
Apparently. Just keep throwing them out.
Fuck off.
But I don't know. It's a lot.
It is a lot. It is. And it's a big change, but you're doing great.
Yeah.
You got it.
It's been just over a week of doing it at this point.
Yeah, we've been working out for a while and then just over a week of counting the macros, but you're doing great.
See, that's what I don't like, because like I feel like I'm eating so much more food. I know that it's healthy.
You are.
But like I feel like that's kind of defeating the purpose of like how my body was.
You're supposed to be eating food.
I know I'm supposed to be eating
the
food.
way that you were eating before was like causing your body to go into starvation mode and like hang on to every calorie that you eat. Okay. And you're working out more, so you need more fuel.
I mean, I get
I'm not.
that.
This is not a nutrition podcast. We could take this off air. There are probably like nutritionists who are listening to me, like being like, like she's almost got it.
But I mean, at this point, like we're kind of so deep into this that diving into our topic for this week is probably going to take up so much time that it's worth it to just keep this conversation going.
No. Let's take up your issues with macro counting with Tab, not me.
I did. But you're right there. It's 2 against 1.
Let's get into this week's topic. What have you got for us?
Okay. Well, this week is going to be focused on the greatest album of all time.
Of all time. There are a lot of great albums out there, but we're only allowed to pick one. Do you know what I picked?
I don't know what you picked, no.
Do you have a guess?
I don't even have a guess. I couldn't even come close to
I'm honestly
guessing.
surprised that you couldn't figure out a guess.
If I had to take a wild shot in the dark, I would guess probably a Taylor Swift album.
No, actually you're wrong.
All right.
I think I know what yours is.
Everyone should know what mine is at this point. It's not really that difficult if you know me at all.
I think it's Hybrid Theory.
Yes, of course it's Hybrid Theory. That's the easiest decision that I have ever made on this entire podcast. I have no fucking clue what yours is going to be, though.
Mine is Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably could have guessed that.
You would have, if you thought about it a little bit more.
Yeah, I eventually would have got there.
Yes, you would have.
Okay.
So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Why not? Mainly because people already know what most of my points are going to be. But the main 3 points that I have for why I think that Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory is the best album of all time. Number one, it was a revolutionary album for the genre. I'm talking about nu metal, talking about rap rock, everything that early 2000s. Very revolutionary album. Number two, overall performance of the album. It's a big sticking point. And number three, also the legacy of the album still to this day. So those are the 3 points that I'm going to hit on. So back to number one, talking about the revolutionariness of the album for the genre with nu metal and rap rock. So just kind of a little background first. Hybrid Theory, actually it takes its name from the previous name of the band before they became Linkin Park, as well as the concept of...
the band was called Hybrid Theory?
Originally one of their names was Hybrid Theory.
Where did that come from? Do you know?
I don't know. But I know what Hybrid Theory is. Like the actual...
I don't know what it is.
It's music theory. So it's the concept of combining different styles.
Okay.
That's where rap rock comes in. That's the nu metal sound.
I see.
So it's different styles of music kind of coming together. So it's one of the classic albums of the nu metal genre. It defines the genre, combining elements of hip hop, rock, metal. And up until that point in 2000, there really weren't a whole lot of artists that were gaining any mainstream success from it. There were some, in the late 90s, they were starting to get a little bit, but it was really Linkin Park that pushed that out of the underground and more into pop culture. And that also helped pave the way for a lot of artists to have very successful careers with that whole rap rock sound. Artists like Limp Bizkit, P.O.D., Papa Roach, they all really took off more so in the early 2000s after Linkin Park had that big pop culture influence with the release of the album. So pushing all of that into the mainstream, so you can thank Linkin Park for all of those bands.
Yeah,
the early
this
2000s.
is okay. So this is my beef.
What's your beef
With rap rock?
Rap rock's making a comeback. I'm gonna say that right now.
God. Okay, that kind of.
There you go.
I was gonna say it's just that sound is like very much of a time. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it kind of was like a blip, and then it went away. And so, like, I feel like that detracts from the, like, greatness of the album is that it sounds dated.
But everything is cyclical, though. You look at right now with how music is, and a lot of pop music is taking elements from the 80s. You're getting a lot of things that are sounding very 80s like. But also, the emo sound from the 2000s has started making a comeback in alternative and rock. Everything is cyclical, and rap rock has started making a comeback. You look at artists like Machine Gun Kelly with his latest album. His
latest album doesn't sound very rap rocky to me.
It's more pop punk and all of that. But he is a rapper, and there are songs that include a lot of rapping. The song with Black Bear on there, and even the All Time Low song that has Black Bear, that is rapping.
I think I don't know, the rap rock of yesteryear is like there's just something about it sonically that sounds different than like the things that you just cited. All Time Low.
Well, it should be different.
Yeah, I just think it's again, it's just very much of that time. I don't think anybody would try to replicate that sound exactly over again.
No, but they would build upon it, which is what most artists do anyways. All of the pop music that you hear, especially as of late, pulls a lot of those 80s reference.
Okay, but as far as rap rock goes, I think that people now, bands now, are I like rap music. I like Kendrick Lamar and all of these things, and I like rock music and punk pop and all of that stuff, and so I'm going to mix those two. I don't think any of these bands are going back to what I really love? Limp Bizkit. I'm going to try and replicate a Limp Bizkit album. You know what I mean? They're taking two separate elements.
I think
if there are bands out there that are trying to replicate Limp Bizkit, I have an issue. I really do. I can't do it.
It's going to come back.
God, I don't.
It's going to sound a little different, but it's going to come back.
I hope not. That was a dark time.
No, it wasn't. It was a great time for music. Especially because when you look at the late 90s, early 2000s, that was when digital recording was starting to really come about, and it was artists like Limp Bizkit that really started to do more with that and started using DJ elements, digital recording.
It's cringy, but
all of that.
Keep going.
So, all right, but out of that realm, just to spare you, I guess, I'll talk about the main selling point for why I think Hybrid Theory is the best album of all time is mainly its overall performance, because Hybrid Theory is certified 12 times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, the RIAA, if I can fucking talk. It also reached the top 10 in 15 other countries outside of the U.S. and has sold 27 million copies worldwide, making it the best-selling debut album since Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction in 1987, and the best-selling rock album of the 21st century. At the 44th Grammy Awards, it won the Best Hard Rock Performance for the song Crawling. And Hybrid Theory also found itself in several must-have lists that were compiled by various music publications, networks, and other media. In 2012, Rock Sound named Hybrid Theory the best modern classic album of the last 15 years. In 2013, Loudwire ranked it at number 10 in the best hard rock debut albums list, and also it is a certified platinum album in over 20 countries, 8 of which are multi-platinum, and it's actually one of the few albums that has diamond certification from the RIAA, which is pretty fucking impressive. for an album that is 20 years old.
It is impressive. It is impressive.
So nice little track record as far as like
Linkin
commercial
Park.
performance.
I don't know that I love Linkin Park. I respect them.
I feel like that's a bigger conversation outside of just talking about the album. I mean, when you look at...
I respect the album. I don't love the album.
I mean, it's not really your sound, though. I mean,
No.
the album... I was 10 when the album came out, and I remember seeing...
Oh my god, that probably blew your little
It did.
10-year-old mind.
I remember seeing the MTV debut of the video for One Step Closer. And that was the
Tiny,
first release.
10-year-old Phil, so full of rage.
I mean,
One step closer
was
to the
so
edge,
close.
and he's about to break his Hot Wheels.
I mean, please. I was also
Crawling
playing
in his
hockey.
skin, these wounds they will not heal. He scraped his knee while biking.
What's wrong with you? Anna?
You're 10.
Yeah.
What about
That shows
this
the pop culture
spoke
of
to
it.
you?
What about this spoke to fucking 27 million people?
I've become so numb.
That's the wrong album. It's the wrong album. Are you gonna... Jesus Christ.
I guess I didn't realize how little you were when this album came out, and like just the thought of little 10-year-old you being like, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about your connection to Rumors from Fleetwood Mac.
I gotta do it in adulthood. It makes a lot more sense.
I'm still into the album in adulthood. Still enough fucking rage, too.
I wasn't listening to like good grief.
Jesus Christ. I am still listening to Hybrid Theory to this day.
I understand that. I know you are. Trust me, I know you are. That's why I know like most of the words to most of the songs on the album.
Oh, you know them because you hear them on the radio.
No, I don't think so. But,
but I don't.
tiny, teeny, tiny Phil, crawling in my skin. I'm gonna need a minute.
Are you sure? Gonna make it over there.
Oh. The angst at such a young age. Tiny suburban white boy being like, I got problems. Oh, okay. Are those all your points?
No, they're not, but we'll wait.
Oh, so much of this is gonna have to be cut.
Nope. Leaving all of that.
Okay, finish up. give me what you got.
Okay. You gonna stop laughing at my choice?
You wanna try?
You're gonna try?
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh through your whole presentation. So point number 3, why I think that Hybrid Theory from Linkin Park is the greatest album of all time, is the lasting legacy of the album. So it just celebrated its 20th anniversary this year, which included multiple different box set collections with unreleased material and bonus content. But the fan base went absolutely fucking crazy over this, even though it's now 20 years old.
Including you.
Yeah, including me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 20 years since the initial release, and fans are still excited about it. But Hybrid Theory was kind of just going back to, some of the overall performance, but also the legacy of the band. The album was the 11th best performing album on the Billboard 200 during that decade. And the album actually reached the top 10 in its 38th week on the chart and stayed in the top 10 for 34 weeks. And then in total, it actually spent nearly 170 weeks on the chart as of 2017, and also re-entered the chart in 2011 after its release, went to number 167 and stayed there several weeks on the Billboard 200 every single time that the band released a new album. So every time they put out something new, Hybrid Theory went back up onto the Billboard charts.
Are they planning on, like, where does Linkin Park stand as a band right now?
Right now, they're not doing anything new. I mean, with the release of the 20th anniversary box set, that kind of satisfies fans a little bit. I suspect that they'll probably do something similar with, they'll probably do something similar with the remix album that they did right after Reanimation. I suspect they'll do some type of anniversary for that. Meteora turns 20 in 2023. So, I mean, they have some time. I know Mike Shinoda does solo stuff and all of that.
He's a super nice guy, too,
Yeah.
by the way. Like, I am not here to, like... I respect the hell out of him. I respect the band. I am not here to make fun of... I'm not laughing at the band. I'm laughing at Baby Phil listening to the band.
Mean, that's perfectly fair.
But I wonder,
at 10 years old, you were probably listening to In the End, so...
I was not listening to In the End,
It was on pop radio.
I don't think I was even listening to pop radio at the time, but...
You're laughing at me.
I was firmly into Hillary Duff at that moment, but...
Okay. Yeah, Hillary Duff or Linkin Park. Let's see. Who's going to win out of this one?
Depends on who you ask, but
Anyone.
she's still got a lot of fans.
Does she? Does she?
She does. Hillary Duff forever. She started a baby company, like a baby product company. But anyways,
Lizzie McGuire isn't happening, so.
No, I know. I'm really disappointed about that. But anyways, I wonder too, like, who. I guess, like, I don't know. I'll save this question for another time because we're running low on time.
All right.
So, my album, Rumors, by Fleetwood Mac,
Good album.
released in 1977. It's a great album.
Yeah.
So my 3 points. It stands the test of time. I guess I should rephrase that. It is like sonically timeless. 2, the mythology of the album, and 3, its popularity today. So the album, you listen to it, and lyrically and musically, it was so ahead of the curve at the time that it doesn't even sound particularly dated right now. It's not like I'm trying to think of other things that were released in the 70s that you listen to and you know, oh, this is completely from the 70s. I feel like an indie band could release Rumors today. I'm not saying that like a rock band, but maybe like a Mumford and Sons could release something like Rumors today, and you would totally believe that it was just written in the past year. I think so.
I mean, I don't know about that. But.
It is the 9th best-selling album of all time, according to Observer.com. And the music is like so layered and complex that every time you listen to it, you hear new things. A lot of bands cite this album as like an influence, including Tonic, Matchbox 20, Goo Goo Dolls, Tori Amos, Death Cab for Cutie. Lorde called it a perfect album.
Because we should be listening to Lorde.
Hey, I mean, she had a moment.
A moment, yes.
The mythology of the album, if you look into what was going on in the band at the time that this album was created, it was insane.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah. So they were in the midst of breakups within the band, drugs, new relationships. At the time that the album was being written and recorded, Buckingham and Stevie Nicks, Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks, they had broken up. Both of them were starting to see other people, so a lot of the lyrical content is about that. Christy and John McVie had gotten divorced, and Christy McVie was starting to date other people, and so a lot of the lyrical content has to do with that. A lot of them were cheating on each other in their relationships, so there's that element. They were all doing tons of drugs at the time. And so, like, it is just... it was a time that really was going to make or break the band as a whole. And it's interesting to see that Rumors was the product that came out of it. And like, I think kind of speaks to the strength of the band and their like talent, that they were able to like overcome all of these like crazy things that were going on and still produce an album of that caliber, as opposed to just calling it quits and being done.
I mean, they're all talented musicians.
Extremely. So, the popularity today. So it won the 1978 Grammy Album of the Year. It is 20 times platinum. Upon release, the top Billboard 200, it was number 1 for 31 weeks. And then in 2011, it came back onto the Billboard 200 at number 11. I think there was, from what I understood, there was a song used in Glee at the time.
Okay, yeah.
That caused the album to re-enter the charts. And then as of October 2020, it was in the Billboard 200 Top 10 because of, I'm going to butcher his name. Nathan.
The viral video, the TikToker.
That Nathan guy that was on TikTok.
Yeah, the cranberry skateboarder.
Yeah. Yep. So it re-entered. So, I mean, it is clearly, it resonates. It seems to resonate over and over and over again, no matter the age, no matter the time. Because it's just that good of an album. In conclusion, Rumors by Fleetwood Mac is the best album of all time.
That's all your points?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
I just was more succinct than you.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a lot more to that. than that. Like, okay. I mean,
someone's got to wrap this up.
I mean, I don't disagree that it's not a good album. I don't think it's the best album.
It's the best album.
I don't know about that.
If you agree or disagree, let us know. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at 3 Rings Pod. That's 3 spelled out THREE Rings Pod. Please rate and review us and share us wherever you listen to podcasts. We would love a 5-star review and for you to share us with your friends. And guess what?
What?
Next week will
be episode 52. So it'll be
a full year.
Yep.
One whole ass year.
Yep.
2020, man.
It's wild.
We freaking did it.
Yeah. Very insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive and what a time to start a podcast. But here we are a year later, 52 episodes. So
yep. So next
we'll do
week,
a little something for you.
Yeah. Next week, episode 52 will be just talking about the podcast in general.
Yeah.
So that'll be next week.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. See y'all then.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for listening to another weekly episode of the 3 Rings Podcast. We'll be back next week with another new argument. In the meantime, follow us on all social media platforms at 3 Rings Pod. Join in the argument and tell us who's right, who's wrong, or why you have the right answer. Whatever. Just tell us stuff.